the size of the cell, they're the same. They are of the same size. All right, but don't forget we have two LGRs here, and the second LGR looks very much different. Why? Because we use different setting here, and it is a little bit more difficult. But of course, we still open with Carvin, and then we name it as LGR2. The setting here is absolutely the same. So we set the LGR from 28th layer to 33rd layer for X direction. You can confirm that. So it's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And then for the Y direction, starting from 53 up to 66. 53, sorry, not that one, sorry. 54 to 60, all right? So 54, 55, up to 60th layer. But for the Z direction, we set the LGR for all Z directions. So starting from the first layer down to 11th. But for X direction, you have originally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells. But now you want to focus, you want to be more detailed, you want to add cells. All right, you want to multiply the cells from only 6 cells. Now you want to have 13 cells, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. And for the Y direction, we can count again. Originally, we only have from 54 to 60. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But now we want to have 21 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. And then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, sorry, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Basically, it's 7 multiplied by 3. Very easy. And the same thing for Z direction. So originally you have 11 layers. You multiply them, you will now have 33 layers for Z directions. And again, this LGR2 can contain up to 100 wells. And then you close with slash. But now you have different setting. If you close with nfin directly, all right, just slash and then nfin, you will have uniform size cells. But now you have different size. All right, and we can make that using this setting nx fin for X direction. If you want to set different setting for Y direction, then you will use ny fin or nz fin. All right, but now we only use nx fin for this case. So we only have differentiation for X direction. For Y and Z direction, the LGR cells are uniformly sized. Okay, so I'm going to delete that. All right. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 cells. They have different meaning. All right. So the first one, 3. I have value 3. So what does it mean? So you need to follow me carefully because yeah, sometimes it can be a bit confusing. So for LGR2, you need to be you need to focus only at this one, LGR2. All right. You have 6 layers, right? From 28 to 33, 28, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33. You have 6. So basically the first one is the number of LGR cells for the first layer. So you have 3 and 2 for the next or the second layer. Now you have 2, 1, 2. For the first one, you have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we only focus on X direction because we set an X fin. All right, focus your eyes on X direction. So for the first X layer, we have 3 cells. And the second, we have 2 cells. And the third, we have 1 cell. That's why you can only have 1 cell here. There is no separation, all right, for this area. And then we have 2, 2 again, and then 2 again here. And lastly, we have 3, 1, 2, 3. So very simple. That's for NX fin. Of course, you can set NY fin, but I think I will leave it for your exercise. All right. I'm going to close that. And don't forget to close with slash. All right. And then, yeah, HX fin. So basically, HX is for the size ratio. All right. But it's dimensionless. So it's just a proportion. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we have 6 numbers here. So the first here, the first setting here, it's for this 3. And the second one is for the 2. And 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, and lastly 3 for 3. So focus on this one first. We have 2, 1, 3. So this is for the size ratio of these 3 cells. So here, you can see here, this is 2 in ratio, 1 in ratio, and 3 in ratio. So that's why the last cell here has the largest dimension, has the longest in X direction, because the ratio is 3. So the length of this cell is 3 times longer than this cell. And the length of this cell is 2 times longer than this one. Because the ratio for X length is 2, 1, 3. And in the same way, for the second layer here, you have 2, 1 proportion. So that's why this is longer than that one. And for the third, we only have 1. So there is no ratio. It's just 1 because this one is 1. And then again, 2, 1, you have this one longer than that. 2, 1 again, longer than that. If you want this to be shorter than that one, then you can just change it to 1 and 2 like this. All right, and then this one, 2, 1, 3 again. So basically, HX fin, we use that for the proportion of the length for X direction. And then we close with slash and then close with nfin. And pretty much that's all for the LGR setting. All right, don't save. So it's just like that. So you have grid, and then you need to add another file to describe the LGR. Okay. So you have this LGR file under the grid section. So under the grid section, you have the grid itself, this thing, right? and then you have the file, the include file for the LGR. All right. Okay, pretty much that's all I think.